What's up, guys? I'm Isaac here in Tobacco Road Harley-Davidson, Raleigh, North Carolina, and today I have this 2020 Harley-Davidson Road Glide Special. It's your pre-owned bike of the week. So pretty much everybody loves the Road Glide, and this one's pretty hard to beat. So it's blacked out trim in that beautiful billiard red color. A lot of shades of red, billiard red. It's definitely up there as some of the top favorites. And gorgeous gloss black rims too. Just really help this bike stand out. And like I said, it is pre-owned, so it has a couple aftermarket features that we're going to go ahead and talk about and show you here. So starting right here, this engine guard, this looks like a little bit higher. I believe on the specials now there's a little bit more low profile. I think the standard might be a little bit higher, but we'll come back to that. But that chin spoiler, that's a nice little added feature. It does have this nice little highway peg, so you can stretch your legs out there. And let's see, coming on back, it does have the stretched bags of the special. And giving it a little bit extra rumble, you do have this Reinhardt Racing slip-ons in the back. You do have these nice little aftermarket LED lights there for the rear brake turn signal combos. And sitting here, one of my favorite things is you do have this nice little backrest. This one does not have a cushion on it, but you can get a cushion to put on for your passenger. But they look great without, and it's a great spot to put your helmet on, so it's nice and locked in there when you're shooting videos about your bike. So this is the stock seat, and does have the spot here, so you can put a backrest for the rider, which is really nice. It does have these Harley-Davidson, I believe these are the chiseled bars, so little mini apes give you a little bit more rise. And there are aftermarket heated grips, which I'm going to give you the full demo on those today. It's a little bit nippy. And this looks like a mount for aftermarket phone holder there, so that's pretty cool. And let's see, looks like we've got some aftermarket adjustable levers too. Those are always a nice addition. And other than that, Clockworks windshield. Keep us nice and cozy behind that. You've got the stock headlights. And let's go ahead and start this bike up, let it warm up, and show you what this one sounds like. We'll let these bikes pass by here first. Get all nice and warmed up. Oh yeah. I'll try not to sniffle too much for you here. A little bit nippy. Go throw some gloves on, and oh yeah. Sounds good. She's warming up. Should be warm enough now. Good to go. We got the little low profile antenna. I forgot to mention it does also have progressive shocks on the back. So let's go see how those do. Got my camera in the bag here. We're gonna snag a photo of it. I believe these are the Oberon adjustable levers. So look nice and easy to adjust. But other than that, let's go show you what this thing's like on the road. Should be a good bike. We're gonna go without the heated grips first, just for you guys, show you what it's like without. I like these levers. Clutches out there a little bit. Oh yeah. Cruising on through. There's just something nice about Road Glides. It's nice and stable and super smooth. Just the Harley-Davidson touring line in general. Now I'm getting all nostalgic with this older body style here compared to the new ones. The new ones are fantastic, but now with these old ones, it's just like relaxing, I guess. Since these are a little bit less powerful on those, it's like, man, I'm ready to rip. Now this one, this feels like a little bit more cruiser style, I guess, a little bit more for cruising, but still feels like it can rip. Nice thing about the mini apes is I can pull them back a little bit, so with my little bit shorter arms, I feel like I'm leaned in a little bit, which this bike is rocking a 114 Milwaukee 8, so she'll get down. Full disclosure, I'm shooting this video on December 23rd, so the Monday before Christmas. So we're gonna see what Riley's like on a couple days before Christmas. I am gonna cut these heated grips on though, see what they're like. Let's go ahead and crank it up to 2. They are a 6-position heated grip, but we're gonna rock it at 2 and see how well that does for us. So some handguards would be nice. I think that is one advantage that the Street Glide has over the Road Glide, at least in the stock handlebar position, is that your hands are a little bit better protected on the Street Glide because they're kind of tucked into the fairing, whereas on these you'll see that it's a little bit higher up already. So, not too bad though. Oh man, this thing's smooth. We're gonna hop on the highway because that's where we're probably gonna be doing a lot of cruising. Oh yeah, yellow light, just hit it, go. I like it. It's got a coffin style mirrors, coffin shape. They look good. Some sharp angles, always a nice little addition there. And these things will surprise you how well they'll lean too. Oh yeah, they'll get down. Nice and stable. Ready to rip. Ease up for these guys. Throw a nice little merge into traffic. Oh yeah. Nice and easy. That's all there is to it right there. So we're cruising at a nice 65, fifth gear, 3,000 RPMs. I'll probably go ahead and bring it up and cruise there in 6th gear since we're on the highway. And looking down at our instrument cluster, cruising at nice 70 right now. I can see a 6th gear, I can see 2,500 RPMs. I can also see that this bike has just over 4,000 miles on it, 4,030. And I can also see that that is not a cop. So, but they are a Bills fan. Yeah, we're just cruising right now. My hands are warming up a little bit. That's a nice addition. Looking out for whatever that is. Something I don't want to get caught up in. This is nice. Got Party in the USA playing. But third on the maps, because I like seeing that overview. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Always a nice addition. Buffeting, it's going out. That windshield's just perfect for my head. I like it. These are kind of stable, very stable, and this suspension's doing good work too. And the touring bikes have great braking. It's a lot of bike to get stopped, but they've got 2 big old rotors up in the front, another in the back. So I mean they'll stop pretty good. Like I said, it's a lot of bike, but they'll surprise you at how well they do everything. Lots of great torque, lots of good lean. I mean, there's a reason folks are racing these things now. I mean, well, they've always been racing them, but now there's actually a professional one. King of the Baggers. There's a reason folks are doing that on these things, and it's different, but the folks look like they're having a lot of fun doing it, and it is quite the spectacle to watch. Setting these bikes up to just do absurd lap times with, and the torque those motors are putting out, holy cow, it's great. It's up there. I mean, a 131 or 135R motor, gosh knows, those things are ripping. I'd like to ride one of those. I'd like to ride one of those race bikes just to know what it's like. You'd take it out on a trip, throw my snacks in the bags, go on a little tour. Oh yeah, we're cruising right here. Couple things I'm noticing is that it's great. And some of the feedback I've heard folks talk about on these bikes is the stock seat. Folks really either love or hate the stock seat on these bikes. I think we've gotten there's like a 3rd yellow light. Not bad. There's definitely better options, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I have to get that seat swapped out if I'm gonna ride this bike anywhere, Plus they're nice for the passenger, and it's nice to be able to easily put a backrest in for the rider too. So nice little addition. It's the little things. But the suspension's doing good work. I really like these levers. Windshield's doing good, and it looks good too. I'm about to see how good this braking does, trying to make my turn here. Another thing I like about this gauge setup is I think the dual gauges look good here. You've got more bar options on a road glide than a street glide, I think, especially if you want to do a T-bar sort of thing. Of course, you have to do the relocation, but it's a little easier to do that than it is to drill holes into the fairing on your street glide. But these bars are great. I like them. Again, for me, I just want something a little bit further back, I guess, because I like to ride kind of straight up. But with the road or with the street glide, you've kind of got the fairing right here in front of you. But this one, I kind of like the fairing a little bit further back. So it's a little bit hard since that is a touchscreen. Since I've got it now, it is a touchscreen, so if I want to activate it, I've got to get way up here. But it's further out, so I feel like my eyes aren't focusing out on the horizon and refocusing back in here as much. It's a little bit further out, so it's a little bit easier to focus on with the eyes, I guess, if I'm saying that right. Oh yeah, here we are. Here's what the trip's about right there. This is the pretty part. And we're gonna ease up on this car because I want to show you what this thing's like. Second gear. You don't have to rip these things in the curves, but it's always better to have a bike that can rip in the curves and not need it than need it and not have it. Look at that. Oh man. This thing's kind of planted. This thing is really planted. Wow. I got my highway pegs too, so I can just prop right on up on there. Wow. You can air things out when you need to after that big rainstorm. This is part of the Grand American Touring line, and so when you see a Harley-Davidson road glide, you know, one of the things that really draws you into it is that desire and that dream of, you know, going on that great trip out west that you've been planning forever, you know, things like that. And having a bike that can do that is amazing, because then you've got it in your back. You literally have the keys in your back pocket for that, and you're ready to do it. You just got to go do it. But having a bike that can do that, a trip like that so easily, a bike that can do that is great for a lot of reasons. But it's nice to have those features and such a capable machine for just the everyday commute. So like here I am, you know, if I'm commuting from, let's say I live at the dealership and I've got to go commute down here to work at the university, you know, I've got a bike that's handling this great. You know, it's real easy. Once you get comfortable and used to it, I mean, it's an easy bike to go and navigate through the city with and get around with and just check things out. So you can go cruise it, and you have the luggage options. So and the luggage looks really good on these bikes because it's a part of the bike. It's made to be on these bikes, so it looks great. You know, you can carry drop your laptop in there. It's locking, which is great if you've got your laptop or something like that in there. So you just drop the stuff in, lock it up, and leave the bike parked outside to go in for dinner. Or if you want to go cook at home, then what you can do is you have your bags on the bike, and you can go stop at the grocery store on the way home or something. So it's great to, yeah, bikes, I think bikes look a little bit better without luggage. I think they're great, but I really appreciate having luggage with me. So that way I don't have to wear a backpack or like, oh man, I forgot my backpack, so I can't carry this back with me or something. So I got to make a whole nother trip. It's just nice to always be ready for it. And it's got torque. It's got lots of torque, so all of that stop and go, it's ready for. I mean, you can just roll on that throttle. This bike might be tuned. Potentially, because that's responsive. That was responsive. And if you live in a place with nice hills like that, you can do some classic Harley-Davidson hill climbing like this and just drop that torque in and let her eat. I'm gonna cut these heated grips up. And on a day like today, this one does have heated grips added onto it, so put my hands up. Some leg fairings, these would be nice, but we can do without. Nice, easy braking, nice and smooth. You got your radio. You got all those features too. So like I said, you have those benefits and features of a bike that's ready to do a grand American tour right at your disposal. Ready to get. Ready to go for your everyday adventures, like to work or the grocery store, or some Christmas shopping you might have to go do. This one has the hardware on it, I believe. Oh yeah, because it has a backrest, so it has to have the hardware on it. But make it a little bit easier to throw a tour pack on here if you wanted to. Add a little color match tour pack, because you want to make it look nice. And that'd be a great addition, and then you can haul even more stuff in here. You got even more luggage. Oh, and I have my glove boxes, so I can put my gloves in there. Look at that. And I have a green light. Let's look at that. Another advantage to the Road Glide, or at least on this model year, or at least before the 24s, they open up like this. They don't open up the other way. They just open up. They open up the same way, but these you just lift up instead of pressing to release. But you've got a lot more room on that right side to put your phone in, to put a little bit. You have more room in that than you do in the compartment on the same year Street Glide. So that way you can plug your phone up in there, let it charge, or you can just play music through your phone if you don't want to use the Bluetooth on the radio. Only thing I don't love about the Road Glide is it's a little, for me at least, for moving, one thing I've noticed primarily when moving these bikes around in the dealership, I just feel like it's harder for me to see where that front tire is if I'm getting super close to something, to move it in a really tight little spot, like park it somewhere. But these bikes aren't made to live in a dealership showroom floor. They're made to live right here on the open road. So that shouldn't be an issue you really have. Man, this thing rips. I need a bagger. I love my Softail, but these things are nice. Especially on a day like today. Just cut my heated grips on. Enjoy being behind this big fairing. It's got pretty much all the wind off my chest. Just enough where in the summertime, it'd be nice to have that little bit of AC on me. But the majority of the cold is off of me. I'm not wearing that heavy of a jacket or a really good ride. I'm not really wearing a riding jacket. I'm just wearing something I had in the office. So, nice smooth asphalt. Oh yeah. We're having fun now. There's the dealership we're about to go circle over to. Yeah, this bike is great. I like it. It's just simple, you know, it's a Road Glide special. It's simple, nothing too crazy done to it, but just the minor things that you probably would already want, you know. You've got some other bars on it, you've got the windshield, you have some pipes. I mean, it's set up pretty much how you would want it. But there's still plenty of room and customization for you to get this bike exactly how you want it for your riding. So thank you guys for sticking around with us and riding us on this pre-owned Bike of the Week ride and review here. So I hope this answered some of your questions and showed you a little bit of a closer look about this 2020 Harley-Davidson Road Glide Special. So once again, if you have questions or want to know more about the bike or anything, then, you know, shoot us a message, a comment, or as we'd prefer, we'd like for you to come see us right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. So in the meantime, ride safe, and we hope to see you soon.